Hello, 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 hello. What's happening, Doc? What's going on?
We in the building.
We are in the building. Yes, we are.
We are in
And
the place.
yes, we're in the place. And today is Thursday. It's a beautiful day. Um, we're headed into the last work week day. So everybody get prepared. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all ready for that Friday to come, but we're going to enjoy this Thursday. You got anything you want to say, Doc, before I get to
Yeah, like welcome back. What's up, peeps? Welcome back. Did you miss me?
For sure.
And if you don't know that Martin reference, how old you? What was your life about?
Yeah, bless they heart. Bless they heart. That's what we'll say. Hey,
Yeah.
everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome to Perspective. And I'll say this: if you want to know what perspective is, what this platform is about is found right there in the name. Perspective. This is a safe place, a safe tree, if you will. It is an environment where we can come and discuss different opinions, points of views, lived experiences, and all those things in between in a safe environment. You don't have to worry about the ridicule. When you have different perspective, you can open up and talk about different things. Many times you'll find that when you're having discussions or maybe talking about topics or circumstances that happen, you'll know someone may not agree with you. You may not agree with them. It doesn't make them right and you wrong, or you wrong, or you right and them wrong. It simply means you're different and you're thinking different. And when we talk about our differences, it actually brings us closer as individuals, which ultimately brings us closer as a community, and will ultimately bring us closer as a society and a world. And that is what we aim to do here on Perspective. I am Eric Butler, aka the Intellect, aka Cullen at 8, because I'm the biggest diamond ever found on land. I'm 3,000 plus carats, y'all, aka the Atlantic, because I'm cold, deep, and choppy. It ain't nothing nobody can do about it. I've been in talent acquisitions for about 19 years now. Became this past April. I've been on the agency side, been on the corporate side. That has led me into doing career consulting, which has introduced me to a wide variety of opportunities to speak, consult with other individuals. Also, I have been able to work with a nonprofit called the Empower Series. It is a financial literacy nonprofit, and I've been able to speak. You can go on their website or you can go to their YouTube page and you can see the podcast that I was on earlier this week on Monday. And other than that, I aim to help individuals. People tend to find my perspective, my insights, and my experience and background helpful in some ways. And so that has landed me here to be next to someone who I find to be dynamic, to be unique, and be one of a kind. And so I will let my co-host, my illustrious, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious co-host, introduce themselves.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Todd.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here. Like I missed it. Yay. Okay, my introduction. So my name is Latoya. I am a licensed professional counselor. I'm an author. I am Chef Jeff's wife. I'm them kids' mama. And I also have an audio only podcast called Say More About That. It is on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts, it is there. I never thought that I would miss you saying cold, deep, and choppy. So
that's why you my peoples, man. That's my sis right there, man. I'm telling you, we're gonna bury the body and never talk about it again. We ain't gotta discuss it. Just call me.
No.
Y'all know. Have y'all ever seen the movie The Town?
What happened?
And there was a scene with I can't say them people's names. I don't know the actors' names. But they from Boston. The guy walked up to his friend. He said, "Hey," he said, "You know, I'm gonna need your help." He says, "We're gonna hurt some people, and you can't ask me what it's about or ever speak to it again." He said, "Well, we taking my car or your car?" That was the only way he responded. That's how I'm rolling with Doc. That's how I'm rolling.
And where you stream this at? Where you watch this at?
I bet you can find it on YouTube or any other movie streaming platform.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up. I like this type of stuff. Like it was an action movie.
Yes, you'll
Okay.
like it.
All
I think
right,
you'll like
so it's been a minute, guys. Let me give y'all a disclaimer. See if I still remember. I am a therapist, not your therapist, unless there is paperwork and a payment method in place. Eric and I will be speaking from our lived experience, our education, conversations we've had. We are not talking about you personally. We are not talking about our current personal life, unless we say, currently, this is happening to me. Also, we know that your sister's homegirl, cousins, she went through the same situation and it worked out well for her. We love her. We're not talking about her. We are talking about things from a collective place. We are talking about the majority and not her individual circumstance. Finally, no one called us before the show. We're not talking about your personal business. Just say amen and book your session on the back end, and we got you. Okay? All right, let's get it. Oh, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a whole nother friend to like, comment, subscribe, share, because all of those numbers do matter in this space.
Dang, Doc, I got him. You are so right.
I know.
No,
Like,
no, you
comment,
good. No, you good. You're outstanding. You outstanding. I I misplaced something, and so I'm gonna have to go off script here a little bit. Well, I don't know why I said go off script because we be raw
because
and
what's the
unadulterated.
script? Because
Yes, I don't
been
know.
raw dogging the show.
Absolutely having a good time. Hey, and I like this. Listen, our community is awesome. I just want to thank you all. A lot of you comment and send me messages, ideas, and stuff on the back end. What I would really like y'all to do: stop being afraid. Comment. Comment on the front end. Hit the like button. Just let us know where you are. Just put 3 dots in the deal. We like to see the comments. If we say something that's funny, put a ha ha. Do something. You know what I mean? Get active in there. You know what I mean? And it's a safe place. You might totally disagree with what we're saying. You might think we totally off base, off board. We want to talk about that. I definitely want to understand what your insights are, your experiences, what your perspective is. It may enlighten me because if I'm introduced with new information, if I'm introduced with more different facts that show me that what I was thinking before may not be the case, that's what I seek to do because I want to do what's true versus being right. So don't be afraid to do that. We really love your interaction and it counts here. Alexis Butler, hey, that is my bird. You know what I'm saying? She says, hey, y'all, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you, great lady. There he is. The dope cooking show star, CEO, and the janitor. He's the whole bag in there.
He everybody.
Yeah, Mr. J. Gilliard right there. He said, what's up, folks? Welcome back. Tuesdays at 5:30. If your cooking game ain't on point, you can get there. If you tune in to the BS3 network or go on YouTube to This Dope Cooking Show.
All one word.
All one word on YouTube, 5:30. I'm telling you, you gonna, and he gonna make it fun too. Gonna make it fun. So definitely check that out. All right.
Yeah, they just engaging in community in the comments because this is a family affair and we are a family. And you know what? I like how you always say, changing your perspective and being introduced to another way of thinking. Because my friend Siobhan, shout out to Siobhan, she is the owner of the Mental Wellness Collective. Her tag is like, when you heal yourself, you heal the collective. And I love that. I mean, I hate that I didn't think of it, but I love that for us. And every time you say that about your perspective, I think about her.
Say it again one more time for the people.
When you heal yourself, you heal the collective.
Wow. That brought something to mind. I just heard a statement made. And it was like, you know what? The fact that you're not out fulfilling your purpose, doing what you know to do, doing what you're called to do and good to do, you are hurting others.
I've heard that before.
And that impacted me. I was like, okay. So I'm looking to our P3 Nation right now, Perspective Nation. Listen, you have ideas, you have experiences, you have knowledge that if you keep it to yourself, then you're hurting someone else. I guarantee you. Just letting somebody else know that you can identify with their pain or their hurt or that experience they had, it gives a certain level of healing. It also gives it gives them authority and a license to go ahead and heal. I'm just telling you, it works. And I'm speaking from personal experience and being in circles where I have shared and they have responded to me in that fashion. And I dare not even comment on what Doc has experienced in that in that arena, because that is her world. And I always shout her out. If you need something, you need to go to Latoya the therapist. Yeah, that's right, Doc, ain't it?
LatoyaTheTherapist.com.
Latoya.com. Hey, hopefully you can get on the books. I'm telling
Good
you.
luck.
Yeah. Hey, y'all know how it is, man. It ain't it's got to make reservations to get in some places. You know what I'm talking about?
Games on that schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. Doc, let me ask you, the video, we had got a few. Was it one you preferred over others?
No, just pick one.
Okay. And matter of fact, we could do more. Yeah, we could do more than one. We got plenty, but I'm gonna pull this one out and just I want to get your perspective. And definitely y'all comment. What did you think? What did it evoke? What thoughts did it bring to you, or emotions? Did it resonate with you? You thought it was just bullcorn? We want to hear it all. All right. So here we go. We're going to play the first video, and then we'll come back with a little bit of feedback and commentary. All right. Here we go.
There's something that I want everybody in here to think about. One important pillar of manhood, one important pillar of fatherhood is community. One of the things that's toughest for men is we have these things called help-seeking behaviors that we're not always amazing at. And it's the way that we've been culturalized throughout time. No, you'll never hear DJ say, "Where all my independent men at?" Right? It's an expectation of men to the point where it's an over expectation. And how many people can be independent in that sense in a world where one man probably can't afford an apartment by himself? The world is changing. Our idea of masculinity and manhood is changing, but we also have to change our idea of community. Tell me what you're going to do to give yourself a better sense of community. It doesn't have to be a million good brothers. It could just be one. Community is about support. It's not about the amount of people. So one thing that I'm doing to build community is when I need help, I'm calling my friends and say, "Hey, bro, I need you to call me at least once a week because I'm not doing well and I'm not going to take a break. I just need you to check on me if you got the space." I'm going to ask for the thing I need and not just need it and expect it but never verbalize it.
Can I just say that I appropriately love Kier Gaines? That's his name. I love his perspective on things. I love that he is so open about like when he has struggles and the things going on. He has a beautiful family. Like I just love them. I just I need to start that off with that. I think that he is so amazing and so intelligent. And like, I just love the platform that he has been able to build. Shout out to his wife because she definitely helped him. She was on the back end doing some things, and now she's building her own platform, and I love that for her. But I think he is so dope.
All right, awesome. And that was kind of ironic. I shared it with Doc, and she was like, "Hey, I know." So it wasn't like, "Hey, there's someone I really like, and we're going to do this." So that just kind of lets me know that here on Perspective, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna get things that you don't know. We're covered, we're favored. We're covered and we're favored. You'll get things that you didn't even know you needed from us. I'll tell you that. So a lot of times we'll get the credit and the shine, but I promise you, we always know where to point the true thanks and respect for that. So I thought it was kind of neat that it was something that someone that you had. Because I'll just, I want to get her, her perspective on it. Like, what do you think about this video? About, sharing this with our viewers and with our group. And she was like, "Yes, absolutely." So I just thought that was kind of cool that it was random, but it was something you had a connection to.
Mhm.
So any initial on, like, I know you talked about him, but what he just said in that did anything pop out to you about what he said?
So I think that I love that he is actually having the conversation related to like men, because a lot of times men are struggling and they don't have their person. Like we got homegirls like, hey bestie, I'm in tears. Let's drink tequila or whatever we doing or whatever, right? But I think a lot of times men are struggling and they don't really have anywhere to turn. So the fact that he was like, listen, I'm gonna call and I'm gonna ask for what I need. Like I love that. I love that the more we have conversations like this, the more we are able to kind of decrease the stigma around needing help, seeking help, and community. Because I think a lot of times we think community or needing help makes men soft. And I actually think it makes them stronger because you know you need help. So like, let's reach out. It's so much strength in reaching out.
Absolutely. I won't even try to touch that, Doc. I think that was perfectly stated. The things that did pop out to me, well, what you just said, humility is, I think, and I've said this before, and if you go back on shows, you hear me. I think humility is the strongest thing that a man can do. It's the greatest strength you can have and show. And you have to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is a sign of strength. Just like I think, and I've said, it falls in for men being vulnerable and being humble and meek in the moments that you really need to be, is it equates to the same way that women generally feel about the word submission. It's like, what? No. Because you will be pegged. We have come up in a society where being a man means being gruff. It means being rough and disconnecting from your feelings. And I can speak to that from a personal standpoint, because right now I'm dealing with that. And one of the things about my grief that I'm having is I'm upset that I can't just compartmentalize and manage the grief and not be that way. You know what I mean?
And what did I tell you?
You can't compartmentalize grief. It's going to be there. Now you can go do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, which may be work, activities, dating, anything, but the grief is going to be involved in all of those. So you can't escape it, which when you said that, it brought to mind, I was like, yeah, and when I'm consulting folks, I'm telling them, the quickest way to get through the storm is to run directly into it. There ain't no, ain't no easy way to do a hard thing. So you have to do it hard. So we really have to face those things, be honest with yourself. You really have to live in truth. I'm kind of ministering to myself, but I know when I do that, I'm ministering to somebody else. So I really have to be honest with how I'm feeling, what I'm feeling, and not be ashamed about it. Because I really want to be a rock right now. But no, it's more like watered down white bread. Let's say,
and I think, and that is okay. So, like, I'm gonna let you tell the people why you grieving, however much you're comfortable saying. But I think it's important that you not have to be the rock, like, especially in your. And I mean this so respectfully, but like, you have adult children, you ain't got no girlfriend, you don't have to be the rock. What are you holding it together for?
And why you telling me I ain't got no woman?
Cause you don't. I am the gatekeeper.
No, why you come in like Kendrick Lamar? I say, damn, people, get him on a beat, yo. No, I'm sorry, but I'll tell them.
Okay, sorry.
Y'all see why this is my partner, man. We have a good time, y'all. I'm just saying, it's a good time every time, man.
No, right. You need to read this comment though.
Whoa, hold up. You said he might have a sneaky link, Doc.
And sneaky link does not equal girlfriend.
Sneaky link. So I was gonna mess with y'all and be like, what y'all mean by, but we're not gonna go there. So we're not gonna go there. And I know you introduced it. I know people are like, okay, well, what is he grieving about? So my grandmother passed away earlier this month. And I'm grieving. That's what I would say. My grandmother represented something that I can't even really, I don't think I could properly express how deeply thankful and grateful and impactful, thankful and grateful for her being my grandmother. That I was, that was my grandmother,
Yeah.
and how impactful and significant she was in my life. I can look back on, and it didn't even resonate during the time, but really those milestone moments in life, and then even in between, she was like there, like my most fun, memorable childhood moments. They were with her. She took me to my first NFL football game. She took me fishing, taught me how to fish. This is a lady that put the hook on it, don't put the worm on the hook herself. You know what I mean? And spearheaded, she was just a part of the things that have been the most significant and influential things in my life. And she was my friend, man. She was my, I don't want to get all like she was my breath and my, but my grandmother represented, people talk about what agape love is. If you don't know what that is, look it up. But I experienced agape love, being loved with no limits. There was nothing I could do wrong. There was nothing, no matter what, if I had everything or had nothing, if I was a star or if I was sitting on the bench, if I was a homeless, she gonna love me. You know what I mean? And she was there in every turn. And I could see us. I'm just saying, just my grandmother's presence made me feel a certain way. And so, and she lived with me for the last 7 years, and she passed away. And I'm working through it. I'm dealing with it, and I'm, and I'll share with everybody because this is about perspective. If it may help someone. As a man, I want to be able to put that in its place, grieve, be okay, move with it not affecting my mood, my mindset, my body, trying to adhere to, like the gentleman said, there's a change in what masculinity looks like. And but I'm old school, man, you know what I mean? So I come from like, nah, man, shake that off and let's move on. And I have not been able to do that. And then even the fact that I haven't been able to do that, that even pisses me off. I say pisses me off because I'm trying to keep it tough, but that bothers me. And it's these very unique emotions that I'm experiencing that and then it brings a certain level of concern and fear because I'm like, nah, I'm supposed to be able to just handle that. I'm supposed to be able to just control that. I'm supposed to be able to make that do this.
Let me jump in.
Yes, ma'am.
So what came up for me was, who told you had to control grieving your grandmother? So you don't have to have an answer. I just want you to think about this. Who told you that you had to control that? Why do you have to control that? Because there's no one that you have to control it for. And then also, it's the judgment of our emotions that keep us stuck. So when you're saying, I'm grieving, we'll call it sad. I'm sad. Well, why am I sad? I should be able to like bounce back. Like all that judgment of being sad, all that judgment of grief is what's also keeping you stuck. If you just feel your feelings and let it pass through you, you could move on quicker. Will you ever stop grieving? No, because in this life, in this world, in this realm, she's gone. Her presence will always be missed, but you'll be able to navigate life better if you just allow yourself to feel it. All that judging of what you should be able to do, because side note, should is a cognitive distortion. All that judgment of what you should be able to do is only increasing your negative emotion. Just saying.
Y'all see why that's my partner. That's Doc. Man, y'all slipping on perspective, man. I'm glad y'all here. Y'all in the best place. Y'all don't even know. Y'all doesn't even know. Stick with us, man. Hey, share, like, subscribe, because we're gonna talk about y'all. Y'all be like, man, I remember when they first started. You will get to be able to say that. You think about Apple, Amazon, they both started in garages, but look at
They
us
did.
now. I'm telling
You
you.
remember when Amazon used to only sell books?
Come on, man. But where we going? We want y'all to come with us. All right. Mr. J. Gill, you said, and I'm just gonna say this. Thanks, Doc, man. I appreciate it.
Every time.
And we letting how we do it, Doc. We letting God, Yah, Buddha, Hindu, Brother Rock, Allah,
Everybody.
the universe, the stars, quasars, trees, pine cones, whatever it is that's your thing, it is guiding the process. And this is where it's taking the conversation. And I look at it as it's something to help somebody out there. If not now, soon. If not, or something that they may be going through or have been through, and it gives them a better perspective on it. So thank you, Doc, for doing that. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, folks, that's pay worthy. I'm gonna hit on the back end with a cash out later. Mr. J. Gill, you said, but that's not realistic, my brother. You're right. You're right. And that's
so insightful. I wonder, is his wife a therapist?
I think yes. Yeah. Yeah, where he get that from? No,
I know, so knowledgeable.
Yeah, but and I love the concept, but I wanted to know what did y'all think about, because when he asked, he made a point. He says, have you ever heard the DJ say, "Where are my independent men at?" And so not the comment, the statement, because he's giving an analogy and to prove his point of what he's saying.
Right.
But how long the men in the group in the circle laughed at that, because that says something, because a matter of fact, I knew it took the reason they did that, because you know what, I ain't never thought about that, never even considered it. And then I think it's good because people need to reflect, you know what, I don't do that. And that shows your biases. It shows the double standards that we have that exist. And those can be some of the stepping stones that create the issues, the blocks, like that I'm the negative situation to be in, like I'm dealing with right now. Because it's wired in me. I'm like, I understand. I was just told that, but just going to, hearing the right thing, knowing the right thing, but I got to exercise and try to get into the right thing. That's a whole nother step. But just wanted to know what your thoughts and anybody, the comments about what y'all thought about that.
So what I thought was, wow, I've never heard that. And then as my brain kept going, I was like, so it's just like we're celebrated for being independent. That's why they saying, where my independent ladies at? But it's just assumed that you all would be independent. And I know that assumptions cause negative emotion. So if it's assumed that I'm supposed to be independent, what happens if I'm not? What happens if I can't maintain it? What happens if I fall short? Like, I feel like that's a lot of pressure. And to an extent, I'm not mad at men being under pressure. I'm not, because everybody has pressure. I am mad about the amount of pressure and the understanding that it's supposed to be silent. I don't like that. Like, we tell women, well, let's just talk about it. Like, open up, like, say something. And we never really, well, we do now, but not really cater to men about that. So it was just, for me, it was just the assumption that they were going to be independent.
Yeah. And men are, and that's what I meant. We're not really, let me read the comments first. Mr. J. Gill said, as a person dealing with grief of a living person, you have to allow what Doc said happen to get to the destination of wholeness.
Yeah, you got to just feel it. It comes and goes. It's like I touched. So like, grief is the only thing that you can see in that moment. And your life pauses. When you got the phone call, your life stopped. And so eventually you're going to have to allow your life to keep going. We'll be back on Thursdays. You'll start dating. You and Baby Bird gonna go do stuff. You and number one gonna go do stuff. You and Carter gonna go do stuff. Not me naming your whole family, but you get what I'm saying. Your life, because why did I do that? But your life is going to expand around the grief, and the grief won't be the only thing that you can see. But you have to give space for that.
Yeah, and Doctor, and since we're there, the interesting thing about it, man, is I'm not like you could be cognitive of a thing, but like what's happening and how it's unfolding has been confusing. I'm like, man, why is this hitting me like this? Like, my grandmother was 93. I was there. I knew this was coming. This is what happens in life. I too will one day go through that transition. So why am I still so impacted by it when I'm cognitive, like I'm conscious of this was going to occur? And it may be, you know, and I may be, you know, this is self-inflicted issue, but I'm like, I don't understand. Like, it was things that I didn't anticipate being triggers, and I'm like, what? Like right now, and I can't even talk about it because y'all gonna get to see me puffy faced and all of that, but trying to move her stuff is difficult. That's all I can get out.
Okay, so here's the thing. You remember back in the day they had this thing called layaway? You could go like put a bunch of stuff on layaway and make payments on it. Do they even do that anymore? I don't know.
I don't know either. That's crazy.
But
go ahead.
You can't put grief on layaway. Just because you know she's older, just because you know, oh, she's sick, we moved her out, all the things you know, you can't put grief on layaway. It's like when people say, I'm just gonna worry about it now, so I won't worry about it later. Like, that's not a real thing. You're still going to grieve when it happens. Cognitively knowing we are going to lose her versus losing her, two different experiences. And so you can't put grief on layaway. You can't put any emotion on layaway for that matter. But for this specific conversation, you can't put grief on layaway. So there was no way you were going to be prepared to let her leave. Because it's not like, oh, I cried 45 times, so now she's gone and I'm golden. That's not a thing.
Yeah, it don't even exist. Because I had no idea. Like, man, I'm finna be vulnerable. It is bothering me. That the thought of packing up my grandmother's clothes, and it's so strange because it ain't the other items. It's these. I got one jacket in my mind. I'm tripping on this. I'm like, every time I think about like taking that and doing something with it, I feel like I'm doing something to her. Like I'm like finalizing it and just been like, it's okay, you know what I'm saying? But I can't, Doc, I don't know why this is happening.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because we think that grief always looks like tears, always looks like smelling her moo-moo, like always looks like holding on to her things. Like that's what we think grief looks like. Grief doesn't always look like that because grief grows, it goes in stages, it moves forward. And so the reason you are struggling to put her stuff away, A, is too soon, but then B, you think that it symbolizes that you are moving on and you have forgotten her and you have closed that chapter. And that's not what that means. It just means you need a little extra closet space in your house. But like I told you before, if you're not ready, you're not ready. There is no rush. So if you don't want to move her jacket, don't move her jacket. We'll move it later. Like, it's fine. But I think that
just keep that jacket right, that coat right.
And then maybe you will.
And then I'm like, why I can do that, but I can't do that. And then it's this sense of I'm like, I don't understand it. You know what I mean? So it's anyway. And I haven't, and I don't want to cry. I don't like it, but I do. And then I feel some way about that. And I'm like, man, you shouldn't be doing that. And why are you tired? Your brain you should be able to focus. I can't focus. And that's pissing me off.
Can I just tell you that all that back and forth is like increasing the grief and increasing the stress. Like, so that's that judgment that I was talking about earlier. And so when you say should indicates that everything that you've already done is not good enough. So I tell my clients, don't should on yourself. because should indicates everything else I
Somebody,
did was wrong.
somebody type that in the comments.
Yeah, don't should on yourself.
Don't
That's what I
should
tell
on
people.
yourself. That's good.
Yeah, because I mean, you are doing the best that you can with the information and the capacity that you have. All of this self-doubt about how you're grieving is wild. There's no handbook on grief. Oh, you cry 5 times and then wipe them to the left, to the right, and then you're done. Nah, like there's no handbook on grief.
I
There's
got you.
no if I do this, then this. Grief just is, and it looks very, very different on everybody. So if you're
Well,
not ready to get rid of her jacket, you're not ready.
okay, I will at minimum I can take off. Thank you, brother. I can take off the trying to figure it out. You just told me. You gave me logic right there. You was like, listen, it has no shape, it has no form. There is no handbook on it. There is no structure or simple way. So I will just do it. Cause I mean, I can be just fine, laugh and be cool, and it'd be a little something, and then I'm just like, what?
That's great.
But I immediately go into what the is going on and try to fight it off, I guess, so to speak. But I think I'll just let it happen and see what that does. But yeah, I'll do that.
Yes, it's a wild time. Grief is a very complex thing that I'm not sure even us professionals fully understand. So
well, I think just about everything. Now, this may bother some people. I think just about everything in life is an inexact. To use a term to put it into perspective, it's an inexact science. There is no one has the answers to everything. I get concerned when someone feels like they have all the answers to everything. Now, have we figured some things out because of practice and time has shown, and it's shown to be real? Yes, I understand that, but nobody has it all on lock. They call medicine an inexact science.
Absolutely.
Now we know penicillin worked because it works. It's worked millions and millions of times, and now we can confidently say, yes, penicillin works on this A, B, and C. You know what I mean? And so we have those things like gravity. We know gravity. Like if you step off of I always say 3-story building. Let's make it more dangerous. You step off of a 10-story building, you will fall to the ground, and there will be very big problems. I can't say you're going to die because I think people have fell further and they didn't die, but the
body fights to stay alive.
Yeah, they were jacked up though. So, and there are anomalies to everything, but nevertheless, one of the things I definitely want to present to the audience and to you, Doc, did it? I don't know. Maybe some other people brushed across this because when he was talking about men, and then he made the statement about the independent. He said, "Have you ever heard that?" He said, "Because now this is a reality. You look at what our economy is right now. There are men that cannot afford an apartment by themselves." He said by themselves, and then
I heard that.
That's a whole nother thing when the mentality of other men, our community, mainly, and then many women, it's like if you can't do that, then you're not even a man. Like your value is attached to your ability to be able to do everything and all things on your own.
I feel like that's an extreme. I feel like that's that's an extreme. I know some people who, and I feel like everybody's situation is a little bit different, right? So if you are 45 and you cannot afford to stay by yourself, I have questions. What's going on? What's happening?
He has a job. If you're 45 and you work at Walmart,
why you not the manager? Because the managers and the higher up in Walmart you go, the more they make. And I know this to be fact.
Use Walmart because I'm gonna be honest, you can make a lot, and they just made an adjustment to their compensation.
Yeah, Walmart
plan.
is paying. Why are you playing?
Yeah, they just made an adjustment to their compensation plan, and I was like, okay, Wally World, do your thing, which is the right thing to do, especially for the amount of work they ask for some of them to do. But anyway, I'm just saying right now the economy. And with inflation, it makes those things a little bit more difficult than thinking. Because the average man makes 40 to 50. I might have boosted it. I'm trying to boost it up. it's really $35,000 to $40,000 a year.
Oh, that's poverty.
I know. No, and here's the deal. If you're in the low to moderate income range, if your household is making if you make less than $175,000, you are in the low to moderate income range.
Yeah, but what
Like-
they don't tell you is that when you make 100, that's really like 50. That is the 100,000 today is not the 100,000 that it was.
Absolutely.
8 years
I don't.
ago.
When people think they be like, he got to have 6 figures. No, he need to make.
No,
like,
you might want 7, sis, because the low 6 figures is not a lot anymore.
Nah, y'all still both need to go get it. If that's the case, you could be a stay-at-home mom, but y'all would be in that apartment. You know what I mean?
Barely.
You know what I'm talking about?
Barely. Somebody
You know
need
what
a
I'm
side
saying?
hustle.
Yeah, some people. That's why financial literacy. I'm gonna tell you something. I said this before. I didn't know how profound it is. I'm saying it's profound. I think financial literacy would help the Black community's issue with relationships right now.
I agree, because I don't think we have a true concept of what money can get you and what money actually is. I think the 100,000 that people are saying he got to make 100,000. Y'all talking about the 100,000 from 8 years ago. Y'all not talking about today's 100,000, because that same 100,000 is not going as far. 100,000 today is like the new 50,000. I'm sorry, it just is. I saw a meme on Instagram that said, when I finally start making good money, inflation went up. Baby, I felt that thing in my soul.
I know you was like, I'm here, and they was like, boop, 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 boop. No, you're not.
Like, no, you're still regular. You're still regular.
Thought you had it. What it make me think about that commercial when he was like, "Huh, you got to be quicker than that." When they were trying to get that dollar, "Huh, you got to be quicker than that." Yeah, and it's a serious.
For real. Today's 100,000 is not 8 years ago's 100,000. I promise.
I know you are really a regular.
Girl, you in the back still.
Now I'm gonna tell you. Here's the thing about the financial literacy piece of it. Now, if you're making that, but you've been wise with the other financial related vehicles, like you have taken care of your credit, you've been saving for a long time, you've properly, vested into, a 401k or some other financial vehicle, compound interest generating vehicle, then you could be good.
No, because here's the thing. While we were all striving to make the 100, we were not doing those things that you just said. We was living check to check. We was running it up on a credit card. And when I say we, I mean the collective, because I was doing some of these things, not all of these things, but we didn't have the capacity to
we didn't.
There were times I can remember before I got married, it was like, okay, are we going to buy a loaf of bread? Are we going to put gas in our car? Are we going to suck it up and call our mama and ask for some money? Like, what are we going to do? So no, in those circumstances, for 401k, absolutely not. I don't have it. Like, no, I need all that. Okay. So the problem is when you come from a lack and then you get a lot, you haven't set yourself up like all those things that you listed. That's the problem.
Because that's why financial literacy is really it's a renewal it's a part of the renewing of your mindset. You have to look at money differently. You can't win the game of life playing by Candyland rules. So you need to come learn the rules of money.
And you need to learn them early.
That's the key.
I'm
gonna be honest. Like I'm gonna keep it funky, man. Carter gonna have it way better than Granddaddy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure it. I'll be like, listen, y'all go. And I tell my daughters, man, number one and my baby bird. I'll be like, listen, if y'all don't make my mistakes count for something, because if you don't, that will be upset. If we keep repeating the same mistake, it's a problem. I'm gonna fight y'all. I'm gonna fight you like I don't know you. if it don't do nothing, man, do better. Come on now. So yes, I'm going to. Yeah, Dad, you get to preaching. I know, and you'll hear the same thing tomorrow. Okay, it's gonna be there when you sleep. Diversify portfolio. Oh, okay, it's gonna be that way. I'm telling you. But Carter gonna get it because he ain't got no choice. He ain't got no fight. He ain't got no pushback. I like him. No, your fun is gonna be doing these financial equation and algorithms right there. Study that. He don't know no better. He gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna make it fun. My bad. But Alexis Butler says, man, I'm gonna feel like I'm getting a free therapy session. Speaking facts, Doc. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. Anytime.
Absolutely. Hey, yeah. Hey, Jay, Mr. Doe Cooking Show. Hey, man, put Doc's Cash App in the chat, and I'm sincerely asking anyone if anything Doc has shared today, you felt like it helped you or it helped someone, gave you some information to go help someone. Man, just hit her with something, anything. It doesn't matter, just to say thank you and just to let us know that what we're doing is doing exactly what we would like it to do, which is help strengthen our community and bring us all closer together. So definitely do that for me. And she looking at me crazy right now, like, what are you doing? This was I did that, and I'm asking a little bit. Yeah, and I'm asking of that. And I'm not telling you need to send us something. And I'm just saying if something resonated with you, you got any value out of what she was saying as far as that, then definitely just bless yourself by being a blessing to somebody else, or just saying thank you, showing a little gratitude. I appreciate you giving me that moment, Doc. But anyway,
of course.
Yeah. So we can, if you got some more on that.
I do have one more thing on the video. So he said one of the things that he was going to do. Okay, let me follow through. You said, where's my Cash App? That's my Cash App. Okay. So one of the things on the video that he said was he was going to call his friends and say, hey, can you check on me once a week? Because I'm going through something and I'm not going to take a break. The fact that he reached out was golden. So many times people are like, nobody checked on me. Nobody looked out for me. I'm always giving. They don't know if I'm sad. And here's the thing that I personally had to learn.
Okay.
When you present yourself as tough, and when you present yourself as you got it all together, when you present yourself as you don't need help, people are not going to check on you. Why would they? When they saw you was together. You never said you were stressed. You never said anything was going on. Why would they? I will never forget. I was at a family function and my big cousin Mark said something. Tough ass Toya. No, don't nobody think you go through nothing. What? I go through things all the time. What are you talking about? So the whole time I'm feeling like no one cares, no one appreciates me, no one loves me. No, it's because they don't know. So the biggest thing that he said was I reached out for help and I asked for the things that I need. And I think we have to be more aware so that we can do that for ourselves. Because here's the thing. Everybody going through something. And if you're the strong friend, you the friend at the bottom of the list. They like, oh, I'm going to call her tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to call her Friday. Oh, I'm going to call her Saturday. Like you are at the bottom of the list because they think you have it together. If you want people to check on you, let them know what you need. That to me was one of the major takeaways. We get in our feelings so much about what somebody didn't do and they had no idea that you needed it.
You know what, Doc? That's good. I'm going to say this. I have, and I've been doing this at work. I've been doing this for years, actually. If y'all have heard me say, I don't posture well, like I don't do that well. Like I can't be like, hey man, I'm good. And I'm not good. And so it's really a value and a principle thing for me. And and that was something I pushed against. 'Cause I'm like, I don't want to sound like I'm whining or complaining, and I'm not asking you for anything. Because now I do it even to a minute level, even in my professional circles. Someone like, hey man, what's going on? You good? Like, nah, man, I've been better. Oh, you been better? Yeah, man, I'm dealing with something right now. I said, but I'm staying positive, and I say I'll be okay. And some will get some say, all right, man. Well, I hope it get better. Bet. So what we doing? You need, and I will, and I'll be fine. But I have come and I've thought about this. It really opens up the door, because sometimes and you may be in seeking something. It could be information. It could be assistance. It could just be a smile. It could be a positive word. But if you're honest about what's really going on with you, where you are, what's happening, many times the answer will be right there. And we have walked past answers. We've walked past relief. We've walked past the assistance. We walked past the knowledge that we needed, because we just did the proverbial, hey, I'm good, even when you're not. Hey, man, you need a ride? No, I'm all right, when you know you needed a ride. Hey, man, you got it? You good? Nah, man, really, I ain't got it. But we too ashamed to be honest about it. But you can say, nah, I ain't got it, but man, I'm just gonna pass on it this time. I don't need, no, you ain't got to get it for me. I'm good. But I'm gonna answer honestly. If I'm good, then I'll be like, man, I'm great, man. I'm better. I've been better. Or I'm, just be honest about where you are, what you are, and how you're feeling. And many times the universe, the Most High,
God, Allah, Buddha, Brother Rock.
See, she got it down like that. It will usher in that. You got to realize sometimes the relief and the prayer that you prayed is going to come through people, other individuals, and you got to open up your mouth and confess. So I just wanted to share that, because I think that's in line with what you just said. And I'm going to say my last piece, and then let you wrap it up, Doc. The thing I will say is, as men, we really do need to be like, we're leaders. We really set the tempo to things, whether other people agree that we do or don't. And so, like the brother said in the video, what's his name again, Doc?
I think it's Kier. I might be pronouncing it wrong,
You're
but
right.
his last name is definitely Gaines.
Kiera Gaines, like the brother said.
Kier.
Huh?
Kier.
Kier Gaines. Like brother Kier Gaines stated, like we really have to initiate that, and we have to show the younger men. The older men need to show the younger men, like, you really got to engage your emotions. It's not bad to seek and ask for help, ask for assistance, ask for knowledge. It's the same thing as mentorship, and that we are multifaceted. We have emotions. We need to learn them so we can properly gauge them and put them in their balanced place. Because there's a time and a place for everything, and becoming wise enough to know when they are, what that is, and when to apply it is going to be key. And so we got to do that collectively, and not feel like we have to just carry it all on our own on an island. I think that's how people get off base and really lose sight of their best selves in that sense. But be willing to ask for help. Matter of fact, and then that should put you in mind, those people, and I'll call this out, and then I'll pass the mic to Doc. If there's someone in your circle, someone you know that's always happy, even when it's bad, it's good with them, and they always seem to be the strong one, man, just call them and check on them. Don't give them no big, deep explanation. Yeah, you tell them they need to tune in to Perspective. Perspective was looking out for them and talking about them, and just check on them. And I promise you, that'll give people the juice that they need to move past things. Just say, hey, I'm just checking. I don't want to give my thing away. I call my partners and I say, man, I'm just checking on your heartbeat.
Oh,
that's all I say. I got that from a coach when I was getting recruited in college. He would call me at work every day. I'm like, hey, hello. Hey, this is Coach. This is Coach. I'm sorry, it make me laugh because he sounded like he would be like gargling gravel or something like that. Coach, hey, there's Coach Winder. Hey, Coach Winder, what's going on? I'm just calling, checking on your heartbeat. I'm like, oh, it's beating. All right. Well, we'll see you when you get down here. And then he would just hang up. I'm like, hey, okay. And this happened every day for like a month, I guess. But anyway, but I do that with my partners. You find your own way, you know, your clan, your crew, your circle, and just check on that person. All right. Doc?
I am definitely still in that. I have a friend who I'm probably going to text as soon as we get off and say, hey, girl, just checking on your heartbeat. Because I don't know that people check on her. But anyway, so let me wrap this thing up. First, I want to say thank you to you, Eric, the intellect. Thank you for being open. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for showing the audience what it looks like to grieve in real time, accept help from a woman, because sometimes men struggle with that, and to be gracious about it. Thank you for showing them that you can still be manly, burly, masculine, and still grieve. Thank you for showing them that. I feel like people need that example. So I appreciate you and your vulnerability. Thank you, audience, because y'all was like rocking with us the whole time. I love it. I love it. Please be sure to like, heart, share. If you're feeling froggy, go ahead and leave us a comment. Please follow us on Facebook. We have a perspective group on Facebook. When you in the perspective group, you are talking to Eric. If you want to talk to me, you got to go to our Instagram. We have an Instagram. Perspective is on Instagram. Please be sure to keep in touch with us. Be sure to send Eric all your topic ideas because he is really good with that. I just really appreciate y'all being here. Please be kind to yourself, be kind to others, because we are all just living. And if you need the help, go get it.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next week.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you too, Doc. You're awesome. Y'all do, and she gonna be mad because I keep saying it, man. Y'all go touch that cash app and tell her thank you. Right. Oh yeah, that's her thing. Coffee. She loves coffee. All right, Doc. I appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Same time Thursday, 8:30 on Perspective.